Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back for another Dueling Network video. This time something special since last week we've hit 5,000 subscribers. And for this I take the opportunity to showcase a new and upcoming archetype. They are called the Elemental Dragons. The derp factor of this deck is insanely high, as you will see in the duels. They gain an easy advantage, multiple special summons in a turn, easy OTKs, insanely amount of searches and draw power. It's unbelievable. Let's see some duels. This is the first game of the video. I don't know exactly what deck my opponent was playing. So yeah, I get to start, activate the 7-star sword, banish Tempest, so Tempest activates. Also, yeah, draw 2 cards thanks to the sword. So yeah, since the Tempest was banished, I can add a Wind Dragon type from my deck to my hand. Then activate Lightning, so now I'm able to special summon a Tempest from my deck. So each smaller elemental dragon can only be activated once per turn. Same goes for the bigger elemental dragon. Also going to activate, pretty much one of the more busted draw cards of the deck, the Super Rejuvenation. I'm already allowed to draw 4 cards since activate Reactan to special summon Redux from my deck. Then Exceed to Dragosec to special summon 2 tokens. Basically the most standard opening move of the deck is to immediately special summon Dragosec and end with 2 tokens or with Light and Darkness Dragon. So yeah, the Eclipse was sent to the graveyard, so banish the Light and Darkness Dragon. Then special summon the Redux from my graveyard, banish 2 dragons, add the Light and Darkness Dragon to my hand thanks to Eclipse, and tribute the token and the Redux from my field. So that lets me draw an extra card because the Redux was tributed on the field. I'm going to discard the Super Rejuvenation. I don't think I need that this turn. You see here your Cup of Ace, Dark World Dealing. So I was expecting some kind of Exodia deck maybe. So my turn again, banish the Light and Darkness Dragon for red eyes, then activate Dragosec to destroy his face down yellow gadget. Okay, then activate the burner effect. Indeed burner effect to special summon the blaster to my side of the field. Then activate blaster's effect in my graveyard and banish 2 dragon types. The blaster that was special summoned by a burner cannot attack. So every time the bigger elemental dragon is special summoned by a smaller elemental dragon, the bigger elemental dragon cannot attack that turn. So I'm going to exceed into another Dragosec. This should be game unless also going to tribute summon the Light and Darkness Dragon. And even Battle Fader or whatever cannot save him. So this indeed was the first duel. Yeah, pretty much a standard duel if you're playing elemental dragons. Now my opponent is playing a TG stun deck. Again, opening with the Super Rejuvenation and also Golden Sarcophagus. Pretty busted searcher in the deck since you can banish one of your bigger elemental dragons to immediately get a search off. So banish Tempest and add, I believe, Lightning to my hand. Then activate the burner effect to special summon the blaster from my deck, discarding the title. Then activate Super Rejuvenation to draw 2 in the end phase. Going to keep the MST, not going to activate the MST just yet. He's just going to pass. So in the end phase, all elemental dragons which are on the field are bounced back to the hand. Now I'm going to MST his prison and activate the 7-star sword. Again, activating the blaster's effect to search out the burner from my deck. Now you see how ridiculous this deck is. So activate the burner, special summon the blaster from my deck. Then activate lightning to special summon the Tempest from my deck and immediately exceed for Dragosec. Then I'm going to activate the title in my graveyard, so banishing 2 other dragon types. Believe 2 smaller dragons. Indeed. So I believe the the banished Tempest activates, so I can search out another lightning from my deck and add to my hand. Then attack with Dragosec and Tidal, and he searches out Warwolf. I'm in a pretty nice position. I have the Storm in hand just in case he's going to set Skill Drain or whatever. He needs to attack the tokens first if he wants to get rid of Dragosek. So Tidal again in the end phase returns to the hand. Sarko activates, yeah, so I can add that Tempest to my hand. Not going to activate the Heavy Storm just yet, just in case he plays Starlight Road. So I'm going to activate the Dragosek first, and then storm his last card, which will be the Call of the Haunted. OECI is obviously going to chain that. But yeah, normally this does not matter since I'm going to again push for game, activate the lightning, special summon the Tempest. I'm putting the counters on them since they cannot attack this turn. Just as a reminder, like I also like to do when I use the one of the bigger or smaller dragons effect. I can what I most of the time do is put their name in the chat, not to forget that I activated their effect this turn. So the left Tempest can attack, also activating the Blaster, special summon banishing 2 dragons from my graveyard. Exceed for Big Eye, and indeed this should be a game unless he has cores or something. So again, a pretty busted duel. The same opponent I think, so game 3 of the video. Again opening with the Super Rejuvenation, so that's already really nice. Although I don't have a lot of dragons in my hand. Burial from a Different Dimension is a pretty nifty deck. So I'm going to Heavy Storm his back row. If he has, I know he's playing Dark Bribe, so the chances are also high that he indeed had a Dark Bribe set. So I was always going to activate the Heavy Storm, then Super Rejuvenation and special summon the Tidal from my deck, already discarding 2 dragons. So nothing more I can do. Then special summon the Tempest, banishing Tempest and the Stream from my graveyard. I cannot activate the Banish Tempest effect since I already used this special summon effect, so that's a bit sad. Obviously going to activate the Dragosek tokens and set the Burial as a semi-bluff. Again, if he has Dark Hole, both tokens will be destroyed and not the Dragosek. So he's going to reborn his Barbaros and attack a token. I believe he's going to set his 3 cards. One of them being a Phoenix Chain, as you saw in his opening move. So I'm going to lure it out, as a response to Dragosek's effect. Then activate the Lightning and special summon another Tempest from my deck, which cannot attack. Checking the graveyard, then activate the Tempest. Yeah, indeed. Then going to activate both Tidal and both Redux effects. So I'm going to search out the Stream and the Reactan from my deck. Then going to special summon my last Redux, I believe. Then going to Exceed with both Elemental Dragons for another Dragosek. First going to activate this Destruction effect to destroy his Barbaros, just in case he has Horn of the Phantom Beast, for example. Then special summon the 2 tokens and attack with Tempest. Going to pass, is also just going to pass, so Tempest returns to the hand and I draw into the Light and Darkness Dragon, so this should again be the game. Then first activate the Dragosek to destroy the Phoenix Chain, then activate another Dragosek to destroy his last, one of his back rows. As I said, this should be again the game since I can tribute just for Light and Darkness Dragon and push for game. So again, a really derpy duel since both Dragosek were able to grind through his resources, so that's why this deck is unbelievable good. So now my opponent is playing, I believe, Mermails, standard Mermail deck. My opening hand is, I have actually a really nice opening hand, so I'm going to special summon Tempest, special summon the Blaster, and immediately going to Exceed for Dragosek and tribute the tokens for Light and Darkness Dragon. This is basically the opening move you want to have with the deck, so special summon the Dragosek and immediately tribute 1 or 2 of the tokens in conjunction with the Dragon for Light and Darkness Dragon to grind, your opponent does need to waste a lot of cards, as you see here, to get over the Light and Darkness Dragon. And he just flat out scoops. So pretty much also the same situation if you're playing against spellbooks. When you open Light and Darkness Dragon, they're only out basically as having the Priestress in hand. So again, the same opponent, and I think he just passes with an open field. So I'm expecting the Gores, but again I have that Light and Darkness Dragon in hand. Really nice opening hand since I can just special summon the Blaster, discard the Eclipse and banish the red eyes from my deck. Then special summon the Redux, and I'm going to Exceed, I think. Normally, yeah, going to Exceed for Dragosec. So yeah, basically the same moves as you just saw in the previous duel. Then activate the Blaster in my grave to banish the Eclipse, banish a dragon, and yeah, Red Eyes is added to my hand. And yeah, again, this should be enough to push your game, since I'm going to tribute both tokens for Light and Darkness Dragon and attack with Light and Darkness Dragon first to prevent, yeah, a Gorse. If he does have Gorse, just, yeah, Light and Darkness Dragon already did this 2800 damage. So again, unbelievable how this deck can push through the opponent is. It's unbelievable. Alright, let's see the deck list. I think it's mandatory to run the 12 bigger elemental dragons. Yeah, each dragon has its individual effect, but yeah, they all do pretty much the same. When they are banished, you can search a dragon monster from your deck with the same attribute and add it to your hand. Also, you can banish 2 other dragon types from either your hand or graveyard to special summon a bigger dragon from either your hand or graveyard, and that already is pretty busted. You don't need to max out on the smaller ones. I do max out on Stream, which is the smaller water dragon, since then you will have a bigger chance to make Abyss Gaius, which can come in handy against a few decks. The other one you can max out is Burner, the smaller fire dragon, because Blaster has a built-in destruction effect, and that can be important to one of the deck's bigger threats, which is Ovion in Evil Swarms. You don't need to max out on the other smaller elemental dragons, since you can always surge them with their bigger counterpart. As you saw in the video, when a bigger elemental dragon is banished, you can search a dragon type monster from your deck with the same attributes, so yeah, either fire, water, earth, or wind. So that's why, yeah, Gold Sarcophagus is so good in this deck, since you'll banish a dragon, activate its effect, and then, yeah, 2 turns later add that banished dragon to your hand. Yeah, same goes for 7 Star Sword, banish an elemental dragon, draw 2 cards from your deck, and then get a search of your dragon. Unbelievable. Luckily, they did put a restriction on this card, since you can only activate one 7 Star Sword per turn. Yeah, also something very important. Another, yeah, they put a restriction on these elemental dragons is that you can activate each dragon only once per turn. So let's say you banish Blaster, the bigger fire dragon, and search a fire dragon from your deck and add it to your hand. You cannot activate Blaster's special summoning effect for that turn, since it's also an effect. I believe it's an ignition effect, and not a summoning condition, which I didn't know in the beginning. So that's yeah, the restriction is definitely needed. Next, I've been debating between either Super Rejuvenation or Dragon Ravine. Super Rejuvenation is this deck's Judgment Spellbook, and we all know how broken Judgment Spellbook is. Same goes for Super Rejuvenation, since you can easily draw like 4 to 6 cards in your end phase. Ravine, on the other hand, is a consistent, or the chance of to get a consistent first turn Light and Darkness Dragon on the field is more likely. Both cards are excellent for the decks. You'll have to see which one works out best for you. Last, the extra deck is, I think, pretty standard. You have to max out on Dragosec and Big Eye. It's insane how this deck can make multiple Big Eyes, for example, in one turn. I'm also running one Crimson Blader for definitely the mirror match, since I can, for example, reborn my opponent's failure, or side my own failures, of course. Other cards that I've been decking, trying out, and maybe you want to try out, is Burial from a Different Dimension, Return from a Different Dimension, Yamata Dragon, and Necrophase, but it's all up to you. Guys, thanks for watching, and of course a big thank you to everyone for the 5,000 subscribers, and as always, feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Litum signing out. Peace.